this is honestly, Adam Silver, this is brilliant. And it's brilliant because you already got so many fans over on your side right now. All right. Everybody's seen what the league has offered. So many fans are like, okay, that's a shit ton more money. Excuse my French. And now you drop the schedule to get all the fans.
In an unexpected development, the Women's Professional Basketball Organization has published its game calendar despite ongoing labor agreement negotiations remaining unresolved. This strategic move by Breanna Stewart recently suggested that unity among the Players Association might be showing signs of weakness, with divisions emerging within their collective stance regarding contract demands. The decision to unveil the schedule at this particular moment appears calculated and represents a shrewd tactical maneuver. The timing proves particularly effective given current public sentiment. A substantial portion of supporters have already observed the compensation package currently available to athletes, with many recognizing the significant financial improvement being proposed. By releasing the calendar now, the organization generates enthusiasm among the fanbase while simultaneously directing accountability toward the playing workforce.
To get all the fans worked up into a lather. I see what you're doing, and I like it. I got to be honest. You get the fans excited. It puts the target right back on the players. Oh, you better sign this thing. Y'all need to sign this so we can get to this schedule and get to playing. Guys, last year sucked. Let's just keep it real.
Supporters are being positioned to pressure athletes into finalizing the agreement so competition can proceed according to the published timeline. The previous season proved disappointing for numerous reasons, including injuries to marquee players that prevented fans from experiencing the entertainment they anticipated. However, the upcoming campaign offers enhanced opportunities, particularly due to the international tournament scheduled mid-season. Assuming player conflicts don't result in key athletes missing action again, audiences should receive increased exposure to star performers. The current season will feature these prominent players, not only representing their professional franchises but also competing for their nation during the Global Championship. This dual showcase could prove spectacular for viewer engagement.
Guys, last year sucked. Let's just keep it real. It sucked. Caitlin Clark was hurt. That was not what we signed up to watch. But this year, because of the World Cup, we're going to get provided these hateful players don't knock Caitlin Clark out of the games again, we've got a chance to get Caitlin Clark with more Caitlin Clark. Not only Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark representing the Fever.
A recent advertisement campaign featuring the organization's most recognizable player has generated attention across social platforms. The commercial represents fresh marketing efforts as the season approaches. Official announcements indicate the 30th anniversary campaign will commence Friday, May 8th, with the designated opening event presented by a major automotive retailer. The inaugural matchup proves especially compelling, featuring the league's biggest draw leading the Indiana franchise against the highly anticipated rookie joining the Dallas organization. This pairing creates immediate intrigue and sets an exciting tone for the entire season. Major sports media outlets covering the league may find this development frustrating given their editorial positions.
Not only Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark representing the Fever and the United States of America in the World Cup. This could be glorious. Let's start here. Erica F455 posted this. Go follow. This is the new State Farm.
Where's Caitlin Clark? Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks, Jake.
State Farm with the assist.
All right. New State Farm commercial.
An important detail worth noting involves league expansion plans mentioned in recent discussions. While the organization expressed intentions to extend schedules to 50 contests initially, then eventually 54 games, such expansion will not occur during the current campaign. The rationale behind maintaining the existing format proves straightforward. The International Championship, scheduled for mid-year, will provide additional opportunities for fans to watch premier talent, effectively serving as supplemental content for the season. This strategic decision accounts for the tournament's placement within the campaign calendar. The Women's Basketball Organization announced its competition schedule for the upcoming year on Wednesday, despite continued disagreement between management and the Players Association regarding labor terms.
A new State Farm commercial. WNBA released a statement, folks. Released a statement. WNBA slated to tip off the 30th season Friday, May 8th. With the WNBA tip-off presented by CarMax. It's really good. It's really good. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever hosting Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings.
The milestone 30th season will consist of 44 contests beginning May 8th and concluding September 24th, though potential work stoppages could disrupt this timeline. Should athletes choose to force a halt to operations at this juncture, following the calendar release that has generated considerable excitement among supporters, the public relations consequences could prove significant. The schedule announcement likely served multiple purposes, including providing venue operators with necessary information. Recent reports indicated arena management had begun requesting confirmed dates as they needed to schedule alternative events and programming. An official statement explained that publishing the calendar represents an essential preparatory step for the approaching season, allowing franchises, business associates, media partners, and supporters to conduct necessary arrangements for the year ahead. The Players Association has not yet issued public commentary on this development, though internal discussions have presumably occurred.
And the Dallas Wings. Yeah. This is really interesting. Front Office Sports must be hating this. They must be hating it. By the way, there's a very key portion of this. As part of the new CBA, we know the league wants to go to 50 games and then go to 54 games.
The current schedule maintains 44 games rather than expanding due to the planned 18-day interruption accommodating the international tournament. Genuine enthusiasm surrounds this global competition. The championship will occur in Berlin, Germany, spanning from September 4th through the 13th. Television broadcasting arrangements for the tournament remain unconfirmed, though expectations suggest a major network sports division will handle coverage through their cable channels. Regular season contests will pause on August 31st and resume September 17th. Playoff competition begins September 27th.
54 games. I did that video the other day. They're not going to do that this year. Why are they not going to do it this year? It's simple. The World Cup. That's going to be your extra Caitlin Clark for the year. WNBA released the schedule for the 2026 season Wednesday, despite the league and union remaining at odds over the new CBA.
The All-Star Celebration weekend is scheduled for July 25th. This strategic calendar release demonstrates impressive execution. Individual franchise schedule announcements followed the league-wide publication. Key matchups throughout the season include early encounters between expansion teams and established franchises, rivalry games featuring the league's most popular players, and important contests showcasing highly drafted rookies against veteran stars. Notable dates feature the Dallas franchise visiting New York in early June, consecutive games against the newest West Coast expansion team, and a mid-June home contest pitting the Indiana organization against the Chicago franchise and their prominent second-year player. The first meeting with the Portland expansion team occurs in late May at their venue.
Over the new CBA, the 30th season will feature 44 games tipping off May 8th, concluding September 24th. Though a work stoppage could delay this. Woo-wee! If them players force a stoppage now, after all these fans are worked up about how excited they are about the season, man, and they probably released this.
Accompanying promotional materials released by individual teams have drawn mixed reactions. While some professional football organizations invest substantial resources creating elaborate, creative content for schedule announcements with unique productions for each franchise, the basketball league's efforts appear comparatively modest. Critical observers noted the simplistic presentation quality, suggesting limited production value compared to other major sports properties. Commentary indicated the promotional videos seemed hastily assembled with minimal creative investment, drawing unfavorable comparisons to the sophisticated marketing campaigns other leagues execute. Regardless of production quality critiques, the fundamental strategy behind releasing the calendar at this moment proves tactically sound. This decision applies considerable pressure on the playing workforce.
Not a home back-to-back, a back-to-back with travel. So they play all those games. And I understand they front-load their home games. They have 4 home games in the first 5. I get that. But they've got 3 back-to-backs on the year. Nobody else has that many. I think New York, have 3 back-to-backs. But like their back-to-backs are against, thankfully, Chicago. One of them's against Chicago. But I just have a weird feeling. Like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep predicting Chicago to beat Indiana. Because every single time I predict Chicago to beat Indiana, I'm not joking when I say this. The only time I've
Supporters have become energized by the announced schedule. Fans now possess specific dates and can mark their calendars accordingly. Key matchups have been identified and highlighted for maximum interest. The implicit message to athletes remains clear: finalize the labor agreement and prepare to compete. The timeline has been established, expectations have been set, and audiences are ready for basketball action to commence. The straightforward reality dictates that professional obligations must be fulfilled.
I got to beat Indiana. I'm not joking when I say this. The only time I've ever predicted Indiana to beat Chicago, and it's, as a Leeds fan, it's one of those ones where it's like when you're expected to win, you lose. Like, if you guys don't know, last season I predicted the Fever's record within 1. I think the Fever were 24-20. Every single game I predicted, I had predicted the Fever to go 23-21 on the season. And I predicted, I think it was 38 of the games wrong. Like, it's like nearly statistically impossible to be as bad at predicting as I was. I predicted 10 games wrong in a row. Like, because the Fever just kept losing.
The schedule exists, the framework is established, and the time has arrived to proceed with the season as planned. Fan anticipation has been generated, venues have been scheduled, and business partnerships have been activated based on these published dates. This calculated move shifts public focus and accountability toward the Players Association, creating an environment where refusing to complete negotiations while an eager audience awaits could damage their standing with supporters. The organization has effectively positioned itself favorably in the ongoing labor discussions by generating enthusiasm that places pressure on athletes to conclude bargaining and begin the competitive season. The Indiana Fever received arguably the most challenging schedule configuration in recent league memory. Upon examination, their upcoming campaign presents numerous obstacles that stand out compared to other franchises.
I predicted 10 games wrong in a row. Like, because the Fever just kept losing to bottom feeders and beating the best teams in the league. It was the weirdest shit ever. Like, they go out and lose to fucking Connecticut and then, or be in a dogfight with Connecticut and then go and beat Vegas by 30. It was mad shit. Like, what the Fever were doing last year. It was just power of friendship. They were winning. I don't know. They just played their asses off. And they just caught teams. When teams weren't fully locked in, they caught them last year. That was the big thing with the Fever, is that they caught teams when they thought, anytime a team thought they had beaten the Fever before going out, the Fever.
Most notably, the team faces a brutal 5-contest road stretch compressed into just 8 days, culminating in consecutive games with no rest. This grueling swing takes place near the campaign's conclusion. While opponents during this period include Dallas, Chicago, and Toronto, which offers some relief, the condensed nature remains problematic. Adding to the difficulty, Indiana leads the entire league in back-to-back scheduling. They're slated for contests on Wednesday, the 8th, followed immediately by Thursday, the 9th. The truly concerning aspect involves travel between these consecutive matchups rather than enjoying home court advantage for both.
When they thought, anytime a team thought they had beaten the Fever before going out, the Fever beat them. But if you look at this schedule again, so right here, from June the 4th to June the 24th, they play 10 games. They play 10 games from the 4th to the 24th. Not like, at least some of them are home. But like, and at least the big positive is that they're on the East Coast for all those games. But they play 10 games in 20 days. And then over the next 2 weeks, they play.
This pattern repeats throughout their calendar. The franchise has 3 such back-to-back situations scheduled across the season. New York matches this total, but few other organizations face similar demands. One of Indiana's consecutive game sets comes against Chicago. Historical patterns suggest unpredictable outcomes between these squads.
And then over the next 2 weeks, they play 2 games. They play 2 games between the 24th to the 8th of July. They play the Sparks and they play Vegas. They literally, and this is an All-Star weekend. I was like, when is All-Star weekend? This is really weird. They literally play. And is there something on? Like, I need to check if this. So I just need to just check the schedule of a different team to see, are there any games being played at this time? Yes, there are. Are there?
Previous season data reveals fascinating tendencies. The Fever finished with a record near 24-20, creating bizarre win-loss patterns that defied conventional analysis. They consistently defeated elite competition while struggling against lower-ranked opponents. Close battles with Connecticut would be followed by dominant 30-point victories over Vegas. The inconsistency proved remarkable.
There are. Are there? Yeah. Well, you got Chicago playing on the 28th. Is there a break? There might be like a mid-season break or something. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to look through to see, does anyone play on like the 29th of June? Does anyone play on the 29th of June? Like, that is for me, that's kind of a big thing. It's like, if you're playing on the 29th of June.
Teams frequently underestimated Indiana, particularly after previous victories against them. This psychological edge helped the Fever throughout their campaign. They performed best when opponents appeared overconfident or unprepared. The current schedule reveals additional concerning stretches. Between June 4th and June 24th, Indianapolis plays 10 contests within 20 days.
If you're playing on the 29th of June, like, the Lynx announced their full schedule, but didn't announce their full schedule. The Sparks, September 17th. Where is July? They play on the 6th of July, June, the 27th. Yeah, sorry, they play the 27th. So yeah, they just have a week off for no reason. They literally just have 7 days off for no reason at all.
Though several occur at home and all remain on the eastern seaboard, the compressed timeline creates fatigue concerns. Following this intense period comes an unusual respite. From June 24th through July 8th, the team plays merely 2 games against the Sparks in Vegas. This represents nearly 2 weeks with minimal activity, creating rhythm and conditioning questions. Investigation into league-wide scheduling reveals similar gaps appear across multiple franchises during late June and early July.
Isn't it all? Do they? Oh no, there must be something, because I'm looking, the Sparks have a week off as well. The Sparks have a week off in the middle of June. Why is there a week off in the middle of June? Is it like World Cup qualifiers or something? Because it does appear that there is a week off in the middle of June. Or say in the middle of, end of June, start of July. Yeah, from the 28th to the, 3rd to the 7th. They've only, like, the Sky got like 3.
Chicago plays on the 28th, while other teams show breaks around June 29th. The Sparks also have extended downtime during this window. Some 3 or 4 day league-wide pause seems planned, though Indiana appears disadvantaged by the specific timing around their schedule. The dramatic contrast between 10 games in 20 days followed by week-long inactivity raises questions about load management and competitive balance. Better distribution would seemingly benefit player health and performance quality.